Been having some interesting conversations around roles and responsibilities, around what it is that we do here and the ways in which we get things done. I've been having interesting conversations around what an org chart looks like and who reports to whom. They're interesting because they're new and because I get to have those conversations with people that I genuinely like and want to be engaged with on a daily basis. The times where these conversations are not as interesting is when we try and fit together in unnatural ways that are more definitive rather than collaborative, that are much less about being fluid and trying to learn and grow, and much more about keeping control or having a system of control. And while I think that we do need those things, and it does make sense to have a structure to an organization to understand that structure, it makes me think of a movie from the 90s called It's Pat, where a neighbor becomes obsessed with this androgynous person next door and has to figure out how they can fit together and how their love can be consummated in a way that is super unnatural. In reading someone else's diary and trying to figure out who they are. And it seems as though when we try and make these unnatural connections, these unnatural matches, it is forced, and it doesn't feel as good as it might if we do have that collaborative nature, if we can say, I am going to be here and you are going to be here and we have to figure out how to work together. The thing that I would like to learn how to change isn't the org chart or a structure to an organization or in knowing what your role and responsibility is. We crave those things. We want to know who we are and what it is that we are doing within any particular situation. But the thing that I would like to learn how to change is when we take a look at who we are and what we want to be and we force what it is that we believe is the one right solution. We force that single solution and say, this is the way that we are going to fit together. Because whether or not someone has a dotted line or a solid line to their name, or whether or not we understand where you end and I begin, that can and does look like a lot of things in a lot of different areas. And we need to be able to focus in on what it is that we are passionate about and what it is that we can do for one another, what it is that we can share with one another. Because it is not a zero-sum game. It is not that if you are good at something, I have to be bad at that thing. We can both be good at it, and we can teach each other how to be good at it. I see a great opportunity whenever we come together and talk about the things that we know and the things that we want to know. That particular act of figuring out where the overlap is, that act of seeing what it is that I know that you would like to know and what it is that you know that I would like to know. And based upon that knowledge and that passion, what we can build together. That's the work that we are engaged in right now, and I am confident that in all of this talk, the heart of it is in trying to figure out a natural way in which we fit together and not forcing a particular viewpoint or a particular structure that doesn't make sense. The form does follow the function, and we are going to create that form in the image of the function and the purpose and the authentic learning that is going to happen between us. If you have thoughts about how you and your teammates work together and how you have created natural structures that support your work, please leave it in the comments, subscribe on YouTube, or join us on the Google Plus community for reflective practice vlogging. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.